guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm talking all about the Denelian handwriting program and why I chose it for my kindergartner. So my kindergartner is my first child that I have homeschooled like since the beginning, right? And I've obviously have older children, and so I've been able to test and try a lot of curriculum. And so when it came to handwriting, I was just like, I didn't really know what to pick. I bought the Good and the Beautiful like kindergarten handwriting, and I do not like their handwriting program at all. I don't like it for little kids. I don't like it for cursive. Obviously not using that. I do really like Zaner Blosser for my older kids. I love the cursive aspect of Zaner Blosser. I've never tried their like kindergarten and first grade. I have tried handwriting without tears and really do not like handwriting without tears as well. I do not like the way that they teach them how to form letters and cursive because it's not realistic in my opinion. I actually found this really cool chart when I was researching handwriting curriculum to kind of show you how to compare them. Some big differences and then some slight differences. So eventually every person, I think, develops their own unique handwriting, but my goal is to have cursive handwriters. And so when I was saying, okay, what is the handwriting program that I want to teach a child from the beginning to write with my goal being cursive, that is where I fell on the Denelian method. The Denelian method does start with manuscript, but it teaches them how to write all of their letters with slants. And some of the letters are just a little bit different. It's less times they pick up the pencil as they're writing, and it just ultimately transitions into cursive much easier. That is what I'm using with my kindergartner. There was a hiccup where I almost was like, screw this, I don't want to do it, but I'll explain why that happened, and I've overcame it and I'm sticking with this program. When you're choosing your curriculum and there's something about it that you're like, this is what I want to do, 9 times out of 10, that's your gut and it is right. And that's how I felt with this curriculum. I researched it, I saw the difference in teaching methods, and so I really wanted to use this method. The problem was when I purchased it, how to access some of the content was really what drove me crazy. So if you have like a teacher's guide or like an online portion and that's what's making you crazy, it's not the curriculum or the method that's wrong. It's just, unfortunately, the setup of it. So let's explain what I mean by that. So this is the standard Denelian program. It is by the Savvas company. I think that's right. Savvas. And this is their new edition. So they just redid all their handwriting editions, I believe in 2022. And so you get this, which is your student workbook. And in the student workbook, you receive your digital access certificate. Now, this has your teacher's guide on it and tons of other resources. So I've bought curriculum like this before where you have to like log on and put a code. So I was like, cool, fine. So I did purchase this from Rainbow Resources. I believe it was on sale. It was $23. So access for the student workbook and the teacher, everything was $23. So this is also a very affordable handwriting curriculum that comes with a ton. You do not just get this student workbook because there's so much stuff on the website. So let's talk about the website. This company also makes curriculum for schools, districts, teachers. So this company, Savvas, that is who you have to like set up an account with to get all your teacher resources and things like that. So when you follow the instructions on this little guy, you basically create something that's called a case or a ticket. It's like an IT term. We use it all the time at my job. So basically I wrote this company through their portal and said, hey, I need account access. I'm a homeschooler. Took like 3 days. I get all these emails and it's like, okay, your school district has been set up. Here's your administrative login and password. And I'm like, what in the heck? Now there could have been an email or video somewhere that would have explained how to do all this, but I tried to find it and I couldn't. So basically I clicked on the first link and I went into like this website where I was like the administrator of a school district. And they set it up as like, you know, Ashlee's homeschool or whatever. All I wanted to do was just like log in and find my teacher's guide. So I'm in this like weird portal website and All I see is that you need to create teachers, you need to create students, you need to create a class. And so you have to go through all those things before you can access your teacher's guide. I'm telling you now, I did it and I accessed it, and I do think the online resources are worth it. I just wish there was an easier way. So basically, they set me up as a school district. I had to set myself up as a teacher, which is a login and password. I had to set up my son as a student with a login and password, and then I had to set up a class as a teacher, and then I had to like assign my son to the class, and then I had to choose this product as like our curriculum for the class. So it took me about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, obviously I wasn't like doing it all the time because I was really frustrated and super over it, but I finally got it. So now I can log in as a teacher. So when you log in as a teacher, you have all these amazing resources. So you get this full student book PDF, which means you could print out additional student pages. It's in color, everything. You get the entire PDF of what a teacher's guide would be for this. You get access to it's called like Worksheet Creator, where you can completely customize handwriting worksheets for your child. This is where I was like, wow, this is so cool. You could type in anything that you want. It gives you different options, like do you want the words to be traceable? Do you want them to be solid? Do you want to have like the number 1, number 2 arrows with it? And you can make and print as many of those as you want. It had a whole bunch of other things you could create too. It has videos, so it teaches you the proper formation, like in a short video for each letter. It had big printable letters, like you could print those and laminate them. So once you get in, yes, all the online stuff is absolutely amazing. And then once I realized I only paid $23 for all of this, I was like mind blown, because the Zaner Blosser kindergarten curriculum was between $60 to $90 to get all of like those types of things. So I feel like I have like a very affordable option, and it's like the method I wanted to teach. So after some patience and getting in the online, I talked myself off, and was like, this is the curriculum you wanted to use. This is actually one of the worksheets I made my son. So I have his name. So the first line I did is where it tells you like, hey, put number 1, then number 2, and then there's the traceable, and then there's the blank lines. And so you can see this is not how normal manuscript is taught in most curriculums. You can see the slant, you could see some of like the little curves at the end. So I'm gonna make him a bunch of these like little worksheets. I was even thinking of doing ones like where I write like out my, today is, and then have him trace like Monday. Like I could make anything on here. I could do all of our family's names. I could write stuff like words, characters that he's into. So this is a game changer. I don't know any other handwriting curriculum that allows you to make your own worksheets. It's pretty cool. Now, let's rewind about a week ago when I was like at my wit's end, and I was really frustrated, and I was about to buy the Zaner Blosser kindergarten program until I realized how expensive it was. And I think one of my other issues was I wanted more practice. There's a lot of stuff in this student workbook, don't get me wrong. It is definitely full of letter practice, but traditionally, like on this page, he was learning to write letter F. That's really all the practice on letter F, he gets. So I wanted more practice pages. I didn't know I could create my own. So on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I typed in the Danielian handwriting method, and I actually found tons and tons and tons of resources, but I chose these two. I'll link them down below. This one is my handwriting book, and it's just a bunch of letter practice, and it has like little things you can color. And then this is my handwriting book with numbers, and so same type of thing. It has like all the numbers, both the actual number and them written out in word form. So I thought that those would just be fun to have print out. So between these two things that I had already bought and purchased, and now knowing that I have all the extra ability to create any page I want with this, I think we are all set for handwriting. I am very, very excited. I'm very happy I chose this program. I want to say I saw at least up to 5th grade. Like when I was looking on Rainbow Resources of all the levels, I'll put it in words here if it's different, but I think at least up to 5th grade. which is completely fine. And so they do eventually switch them to cursive. So I feel really good, unless, you know, we get like way through it and I just am like, this doesn't work. I'm excited. I will say though, like if you choose this method, you have to stick to it. And so that is my 100% honest advice with little kids. If you are beginning something, these are not the ages to be changing stuff around. So if I'm teaching him how to write with this method, I have to stick with this method because it is very different than other handwriting methods, and I don't want to cause confusion. So if I'm teaching him how to write the letter N the Danielian way, we always need to be writing the letter N the Danielian way. And so I really had to like say, is this what I'm doing, or am I switching to Zane or Blosser, because they are different. And so I'm happy I chose this one. That doesn't mean I won't switch to Zane or Blosser when the cursive happens, because I 100% love the Zane or Blosser level 3 and up. I love the way they teach cursive, but I don't know how Danielian teaches cursive. So who knows where we'll be at in a few years, but this is where we're at now. I am going to be making a whole video on Zane or Blosser with my older daughters too, just like this one, where I'll explain. I've done levels 3, 4, 5, and 6 now, so I have 4 levels of experience to talk about. Yeah, so anyways, so that is the Danielian method. I'm very excited. This is what we're moving forward. I will be updating you guys obviously throughout our homeschool year, but just thought I would give this cool update. And if you purchase this and you're struggling with the online portion, I feel you. I wish I had better like instructions. Just get through it. It's worth it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will chat soon. Bye guys.